overlays, get things rocking and rolling. Hey, hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you game number 2 of today's Shots Fired Gaming monthly tournament with the Diamond and Masters players. We have had an exciting first game as Nistic doing a really sneaky lair play. We'll have to see whether or not Foxer can get back into it. Let's go ahead and introduce our players, spotting in the lower right-hand corner here on Deadwing Ladder Edition in the pink trunks. Representing Team Ascension, he is Foxer. And spotting in the northern right portion of this map, representing Team GJL Microgamers, he is the green Zerg player, Nistic. So Deadwing is actually, in my opinion, probably the best map choice that a Terran player could have, especially in this current ladder pool. This map, I swear, is like designed for mech. It's like perfectly set up to be an epic mech map, simply because of the way that it's structured. So let's go through this. So the natural base is pretty easily defended. You've got this one giant gaping area that you got to deal with, which, you know, not the easiest thing in the early stages, but once this gets taken off, you have these destructible rocks that you can destroy later, or if you want to get, be harassed and things like that. Overall, not that big of a deal. Once you get your third base, depending on where your opponent spawns, your main focus is going to be this ramp and the backside. Now, obviously, given the current spawn positions of the Zerg player, the Zerg really isn't going to ever get back here and like break these rocks. There's just too much to deal with. So that pretty much leaves this single opening. Now, if you get a halfway decent enough mech army and literally kind of plop them out around here, you successfully defend off basically your entire base. You've got 4 bases worth of economy that you can have, and overall, it's just, basically you hold this and then you make sure that your opponent doesn't do anything crazy over here. I mean, that's really all you have to worry about. So overall, I would say probably one of the best meching maps that I've seen, but we'll have to see whether or not Foxer actually agrees with me there. So Foxer going to go for a Reaper expand type play. Going to go ahead and send his Reaper out to check on things. Meanwhile, looks like Nistic went with a very similar opening that he did last time. I don't know if it was a hatch or a spawning pool first, but I'm going to guess it was probably a hatch first based on the fact that it's a 4-player map, and most 4-player maps, it's pretty safe to go hatch first. So Nistic's Overlord is going to get in here and get a little bit of scouting done. Get in here, see that, yes, my opponent is down in the lower right-hand corner, and this Overlord will probably immediately make a beeline to roughly around this position, would be my guess. Or I could be 100% completely wrong. It's all good. Anyways, so overall, where are we at? Reaper going to be coming in, trying to get some scouting done. Gonna come in and get a pretty good feel for where things are at. Actually, will he get denied? That is the question. Now there is a small little jump down area over here. I'm surprised he did not get it, but the Reaper will get denied, leaving Nistic the opportunity to actually potentially get some hide some perfect intel. Granted, the Overlord that did scout down here, since there is so much area down here to scout with that Overlord, it's really easy for it to get picked off, so not too surprised there. But so far, nothing too terribly normal. Now, we are seeing the second gas go down 6 minutes. This is, I believe, very different compared to the last game. Last game, I believe the lair came down, and then all 4 the last 3 gases were taken. So a little bit different this time. Might be favoring a roach play, as only the 3rd gas is getting taken now. So we'll have to see how that develops. Whenever I try a similar build like this, I tend to go for kind of a 1-1 roach timing. We'll have to see whether or not that is actually what we're going to see, considering we do have 2 Evo chambers as well as a spine crawler going down just for extra precautionary measures, as he does know that his opponent is most likely going to be sending some Hellions, as we've got 4 already queued up, actually 6 already queued up, and more on the way. So it does look like Foxer is going to go ahead and favor that mech play, which, like I said, this map kind of lends itself to be more of a mech style play. Now we do have Blue Flame Hellions who will be headed across the map. And yeah, we'll have to see whether or not Nistic can hold this off. We got a handful of Lings going to be going across the map and going to be met by these Hellions and immediately get roasted. Just like insta-die. So yeah, so he's not going to take his third base quite yet, since he sees all that. Wants to get his Roach Warren down. I think that is not the most opportune position for that Roach Warren, but it is the way things have developed. So Queen going to get roasted here. A lot of hits going off on the Hellions, and the Hellions actually won't get in here. So it actually was kind of a bait to say that, hey, you might be able to get in here, but not really. And yeah, so definitely some nice Sim City going on here. Pretty much Spinecrawler perfectly able to get in here and deflect this type of hit. And actually, we've got a Nidus network coming down. That is a really interesting play. Roach Warren just now finished, so I mean we have a lot of Lings and Banelings. Nidus network is going to go down. And will it get scouted in time? I mean, as far as his vision's concerned, he doesn't see it. And this could potentially be a lot of damage. Granted, there are a lot of Hellions here getting a lot of damage done. Nidus Network will go ahead and finish. Ling is going to stream into the main. Will he be able to react in time? Tanks are finished up. Tanks versus Lings, though. Lings pretty OP. And actually, Baneling's going to be mixed in with this. So a lot of damage getting done. And actually, a lot of Lings getting down to the natural, getting a lot done. And Hellions are forced to come back to try and deal with this. Blue Flame Hellions are going to definitely be very good against this, but a lot of mining time was lost with this. And I think for the most part, the Nidus Network did exactly what it needed to do. It, minimized the amount of damage that he took up here at the front, and he was able to kind of force his opponent to really back off. Exactly the way he wanted. So he's going to actually go ahead, kill his own Evo chamber since it's kind of in the way now, and then start to think about taking his third. Granted, I mean, there's a lot of Hellions here. I mean, a crazy ton of Hellions. So the Hellions are definitely going to be hard to contend with. Whether or not he's got enough defenses is still to be determined. A couple more Roaches going to be coming out here. Hellions now at the front base. One Hellion actually will get immediately taken out, and I think for the most part this is going to get be denied for the time being. So Roach is going to go take the Zelnaga Tower, get the vision he needs, and then meanwhile, looks like Foxer is just going to happily take his third base and really start to get his economy booming the way he wants it to. So Roach is coming in here trying to check on this third, and isn't going to really find a whole lot since the third base is over here. So that will be going down pretty well. Roach is trying to get in here, get some damage, and actually picking off a couple of units. A couple of SCVs will fall. 17 total. So far, lots of really good harassment. Looking at the unit counts, it is 49 drones to only 42 SCVs. So still, Foxer's been doing a really good job keeping his macro sky high. And yeah, things are just looking really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a whole bunch of drones come out of Nistic, because he really needs to start getting that third base fully saturated as quickly as possible. And then he should probably also be thinking about taking a fourth, even though it's not fully saturated. His third isn't fully saturated. A fourth base would definitely be a must-have, considering his opponent is already has his third up. So sorry about the yawn. Holy cow, super tired from last night. Lots of casting for the SC2, what is it, SC2 Improve Team League. So Changeling's getting taken out. Not a whole lot of scouting informations with that. And you know what? I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Nidus networks go down. And, you know, something sneaky in the back here. Because, I mean, you know, Foxer really didn't put any extra defenses back here. So that could potentially be a viable option for him. We do have Mutas coming out, which Mutas... Wow, I think... I think Foxer... you know, actually decided not to go mech. He started down that path and then decided, I'm just going to go ahead and get Bio. And I don't think Nistic's necessarily prepared for this. I mean, he's got 10 Mutas out on the field, but the Mutas are not really going to be that effective considering the amount of Marines that are with this force. And actually, Nistic is going to be... he needs to rethink his life because all these roaches, yes, they are going to get some damage done here at the third since there's nothing here, but he's got some buddies knocking his door. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, let's be honest. So I really feel like the roaches should pull back at this point. I mean, this third base is more or less forfeit, and Foxer definitely put himself into a really dominating position. More lings going to be popping out here, but these lings are going to immediately die. And even with these roaches, some nice Baneling hits going down. Not quite getting the damage he needs, though. The Muta's going to try and come in here and get some damage done, but it just appears that I think that Foxer just has too much. He's going to come in here, more reinforcements coming out from Nistic, but will it be enough? A lot of stimming going on. Ling's trying to get a good surround. It looks like he will go ahead and clean up the rest of this army, but at the cost of a third base, while his opponent is still consistently on 3 bases, it's going to be really hard for him to get back into this. I mean, Nistic really needs to get some damage done. So Ling's going to immediately melt. And I think at this point, Nistic really needs to focus on being more harassment style-esque. Actually, Widow might out on the field, and wouldn't be surprised if this guy gets lots of kills a little bit later. Muta's kind of perching themselves in a good position to potentially get a lot of damage done. Looks like Foxer is going to go ahead and move out at this point. And Mutas are going to go ahead and... Oh, that was really close. One really good Widow Mine shot might be more than enough. Some Banelings being morphed into trying to defend off this this push. So he's gonna stem right in, try and get some damage done, and actually the Baneling's not connecting at all. Stems in, gonna take out this third base potentially once again, and that is gonna put Foxer in a really dominating position as he pushes in once again to the natural, and I don't see Nistic having a whole lot to really contend this. The tank actually getting into position, getting a lot of damage done. Baneling's trying to come in from behind, and actually this is going to get cleaned up. Oh my gosh, that was actually really well executed. The Banelings from behind just did so much damage. So Foxer will be forced to back off once again. Granted, he is getting up his 4th base, so he's definitely putting himself further and further as far as the economy is concerned. But at the same time, we do have a ghost base coming out from Nistic. We'll have to see how that goes. Bangling's coming in, trying to get some good connections. We'll see. Good splitting so far. And it looks like the rest of the Lings will have to get in here. Looks like this 4th base might end up getting taken out. Whether or not it gets canceled or not is another question. Oh, yes, there's the cancel. So Nistic canceling that 4th base, doing a good job about it. And at this point, this 3rd base is now finally up and running. While it is a ghost base, it probably has no potential of getting scouted at this point. And we will have to see whether or not Foxer does make the call to actually check on it. But yeah, lots of Marines coming out here for Foxer, and it looks like things are definitely very even. Finally got the missile turret up in the 3rd base. And yeah. True. Ooh, gotta be very, very careful. Not a lot of banelings here with this army. So needs to be very, very careful. Doesn't want to lose too many units. Banelings finally getting morphed in. Ling's going in, not really getting all the surface area they need. Muta's trying to get the damage they need done. Very, very nice splits. Foxer definitely showing that he does have the micro to contend with this, and actually a very nice pickup. A lot of units are going to get saved from that. Actually going to go straight for the main, see whether or not he can get some damage done. Starts to unload, but one medevac, two medevac, all of it will get cleaned up eventually. Good reactions from Nistic, actually manages to pick off that without losing hardly anything. So this base still doing really well. Meanwhile, his third base is starting to get saturated. His main base is fully mined out as far as minerals are concerned. 2 patches not really going to get him a whole lot of income. But yeah, Nistic is finally starting to get his way back into the game. Granted, +3 attack is on the way, so Nistic's got a lot that he's got to potentially contend with. Baneling's trying to get morphed in. Not really an opportune place for them to morph in. But I really feel like at this point, Nistic really needs to focus on some type of counterattacking. At least just some harassment, something. Ooh, where are you going? You are... Ooh, you could potentially be a game ender. Seeing that base is up there could potentially be life-altering as far as this game is concerned. Muta's going to come in here, try and get the damage they need done. Looks like there is enough to repair. And yes, the Hero Marine going to get in and say, hey, wait a second, there's some creep here. So, yeah, he's going to see that nice splitting going down here. Foxer in a really good position. Tank shots going down. And yeah, at this point, he knows that there's something up here. Lots of units still there. Baneling's coming in, trying to get the damage that they need done. Only clumps of units going down, but with the rest of the Marines popping in here, it's not going to be enough. Nistic in a very, very rough spot. I mean, you know, granted, Foxer isn't doing anything about that expansion quite yet. I'm really surprised he hasn't sent a... Oh, Marines coming in! 12 mutas out on the field. 12 isn't that scary of a number. Ooh, 18 though. That might do it. So still uncontested up there. I'm really surprised, but looks like Foxer's trying to get in here, get as much damage done as possible. Tank's getting into position, and it looks like, will the splitting be enough? Very good stutter step micro going down. Manor Mule's going down. He said, I've had enough. You aren't taking this game, that's for sure. Foxer rolling right into the third base, and third base will fall once again. And I don't know if Nistic's going to be able to really contend with this. Drones being pulled, everything's going down. Drones with tank fire, ooh, just not very good. A lot of mutas still falling left and right. 3-3 Marine, or 3-2 Marine, still pretty OP, in my opinion. And no dancing just yet, but I'm definitely sure we're going to be seeing a GG coming out of Nistic here soon. My God. Just absolutely epic micro, doing a great job. Trying to get in here and swing in, swing out, trying to get something done. But yeah, things are looking really, really good. Production is just rampant at this point. Finally going to go deal with these bases up here. He knows that's really the only mining that Nistic has for him, so he's got to go deal with those and kill some mutas behind it. I don't know if he fully knows about this base up here yet. I know he's obviously fully aware. Yeah, he does. Okay. Yeah, he probably did a full scan just to get that down, and that base will be going down. Not a whole lot here to mine, and yeah, I think this game is more or less over at this point. Nistic just trying to bide his time, wear out his point to get into the next game. Base will be going down. Tank setting up, trying to get into position. And while this might get cleaned up, I think overall, Nistic's in a pretty rough spot. I mean, he's got 31 drones to the 62 SCVs of his opponent. That is a lot of freaking Marines. 76 Marines. Holy cow. This is GG. I mean, he's going to come in here, see this army, and be like, oh, I see. I mean, there's not a good amount of banelings that are needed for this. I mean, baby. Big yawn. Holy cow. What are these drones doing? I don't even know. Lots of scanning going down, looking for stuff like, where are you hiding? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a move out at this point. GG is going to be called, and game number 2 going to Foxer, tying up the series. Do recall this is going to be a best of 5, so we will definitely be getting into game number 3 as quickly as possible, because I know both these players are probably fairly tired after such a long day worth of playing. So let's go ahead, figure out the map.